Welcome to the Nevis newscast for Tuesday, October 20th, 2020. I am Fredicia Liburd. The Ministry of Environment and Cooperatives, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, held a commissioning ceremony for the Ensuring Water Security in Vulnerable Schools in St. Kitts and Nevis through On-Site Water Storage Capacity project. Minister of Water Services, the Honourable Spencer Brand, says he is pleased with the project when he officially commissioned the tanks and pumps during a brief ceremony held at Charlestown Secondary School.
I'm happy to be here to witness and participate in this commissioning ceremony for the retrofitted storage facilities in 6 schools on the island of Nevis, directly benefiting approximately 1,487 persons in the schools, including staff and children. I charge the Ministry and Department of Education, the management and staff, and the children of these 6 schools to ensure that these water storage systems are properly maintained and cared for, and to practice water conservation activities in schools, which will have an impact on the wider society in terms of managing our precious water resources. Our ministry, the Water Resource Management Unit, and the Nevis Water Department stands ready to support you in any way possible going forward. I look forward for many more projects like these, as I now officially commission the tanks and pumps for the 6 schools on the island of Nevis.
Conservation Officer in the Department of Environment, Cheryl Jeffers, gave the overview of the project. She also outlined the importance and benefits of the project.
The project provides a backup water supply in schools, which will ensure that classes are not interrupted when there may be disruptions in the water supply at the relevant schools. The project caters for retrofitting systems and installing pumping systems where possible. At other institutions, new storage tanks were installed along with pumps, electrical, plumbing systems, and housing for equipment. Where gravity systems were possible, it was implemented. The financial and procurement component of the project was managed by the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center. The day-to-day operation on the ground was led by the Department of Environment and was ably supported by the Ministries of Education, Public Utilities, and Water, and in Nevis in particular, also disaster management.
Jeffers also mentioned the number of persons who would benefit from this project.
Over 4,000 students and faculty across the 2 islands from 18 educational institutions are now equipped with water storage tanks and delivery systems, whether by pump or gravity, to allow for transmission of stored water through piping systems, with a total storage capacity of 82,400 gallons of water.
The installation of the systems on both St. Kitts and Nevis was done by Denison Paul of Waterworks Solution, and the cost of the project was $205,000. A total of 18 schools in the Federation benefited from the USAID and Caribbean Community CARICOM Climate Change Center funded water storage project. Also present at the commissioning were Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Water Services, Dr. Ernie Stapleton, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Kevin Barrett, Director of the Nevis Disaster Management Department, Brian Dyer, and other invited guests. Students Tijari Mills of the Charlestown Primary School delivered a poem, and Kiana Warner of the Charlestown Secondary School sang the national anthem. The invocation was done by Pastor Stephen Liburd. The Gender Affairs Division has commenced its 2nd business boot camp with the hope that the 15 participants will be able to improve on their business operations or be equipped with the necessary skills to bring their business ideas to reality. At a brief opening ceremony on Monday, October 19th, Catherine Fobbs, project officer, gave an overview of the 6-week training.
The Gender Affairs Department is pleased to present its second cohort of small business boot camp for persons already in business and along with those wishing to start a business. And some of the areas covered during the boot camp would include marketing, customer service, financing, financial management, pricing, social security, taxation, legal structure of business, labeling and quality standards as required by the Bureau of Standards. And the final segment, which will be done during the week of November 26th to 30th, the participants will pitch their business ideas to an independent panel.
In addition to FOBs, the facilitators of the business boot camp were a certified public accountant, business coach, and trainer Alexa Pemberton, and managing director of Sen Consultancy, Noah Mills. The Business Boot Camp is the brainchild of Junior Minister of Gender Affairs, the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams.
The opportunity is yours. Whether you're going to come here and waste your time or you're going to come here, learn something, and actually put it to greater use. Learn fast, work hard, keep the communications open, work together. Once again, congratulations to each and every one of you. And I would now like to officially launch the second boot camp sponsored by the Ministry of Health and Gender Affairs, and by extension, the Nevis Island Administration.
Chaired by Mario Phillip of the Gender Affairs Division, Monday's opening ceremony also included a testimonial from Shermel Johnson, a participant in the first Business Boot Camp, and remarks by Permanent Secretary Shalissa Martin Clark, who endorsed the initiative. The Honorable Eric Evelyn, Parliamentary Representative for Nevis 10, has been appointed to a select committee of the National Assembly intended to review the standing rules and orders that govern parliamentary procedure. The resolution to establish the committee was unanimously passed during the October 15, 2020 sitting of the National Assembly in St. Kitts. The Honorable Eric Evelyn and the Honorable Eugene Hamilton are the representatives of the government, with Minister Hamilton, leader of government business in the National Assembly, appointed chairperson. The other members are the Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley and Senator Dr. Joel Clark as representatives of the opposition, and the Honorable Michael Perkins, Speaker of the National Assembly. Mover of the resolution, the Honorable Vincent Byron Jr., Attorney General and Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs in the Federal Cabinet, noted during the sitting that it is critical for members of the National Assembly to review the provisions of the standing rules and orders from time to time to ensure that the Parliament conducts itself in the proper manner. Still to come, Ministry of Health to host Breast Cancer Awareness Forum. The details right after this break.
Taxes are the lifeblood of a nation. Feel good about what your tax dollars do in Nevis. As a responsible citizen, your tax dollars protect our environment. Pay your taxes on time. This message was brought to you by the Inland Revenue Department, Nevis.
Be a responsible citizen.
Welcome back. At a brief closing ceremony for the 2-week Island Constable's refresher course, Commissioner of Police Hilroy Brandy encouraged the participants to do their best and to make their country proud. The course was held to prepare the Island Constables for the reopening of the borders. Ordinarily, they are assigned to tourism-prescribed areas. However, Commissioner Brandy noted their contribution to ensuring the regulations were enforced when they were reassigned to other areas once the borders closed. He cautioned that given the new measures being implemented, their job would not be getting easier. Nonetheless, Commissioner Brandy motivated the participants to execute their duties fairly and impartially and to always be respectful to the public. Island Constable Donna Bradshaw noted that the course was informative and constructive and said that we appreciate the opportunity that was given to refresh us on the ethics of law enforcement, which would mold us into better professionals. During the 2 weeks, the island constables reviewed topics such as taking command and control, the Prescribed Area Act, statutory rules and regulations, ethics in law enforcement and traffic protocol. Presentations by officials from the Ministry of Health were also made. An invitation is being extended to the general public to attend the Breast Cancer Awareness Forum, which will be hosted by the Ministry of Health on Wednesday, October 21st. According to senior health educator Shevani Nisbet, the forum, titled In the Pink of Things, will take place from 9 a.m. to noon at the Nevis Performing Arts Center.
Our keynote speaker would be Ms. Kamara Lee, who is a breast cancer survivor. We will also be having testimonials by other breast cancer survivors, as well as presentations by doctors such as Dr. Glenville Liebert, who will do a talk on women's health and prevention for breast cancer, as well as Dr. William Stones, who's an OBGYN, and he will be doing a talk on breast cancer itself. And so it's going to be packed, it's going to be action-packed, it's going to be educational, and we will all leave feeling a sense of warmth and wealth with a wealth of information.
The forum will commence with opening remarks by Junior Minister of Health, the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams, and will also include the launch of a breast examination video, a panel discussion, and a question and answer segment. The exercise is one in a month of activities dubbed Pinktober.
On October 23rd is our Pretty Me Pink Day, and that's on the Friday. We're asking persons to wear pink because this day is to commemorate World Breast Cancer Awareness Day. As this day is celebrated on the 24th every year, and that day falls on a Saturday this year, so we are celebrating the day on Friday. So we're asking everyone to wear something pink, and this is in honor of breast cancer survivors, breast cancer fighters, and those who have lost their lives to breast cancer. On the 24th, the 25th, and the 31st, we have our mobile bus screening, which will be done. We will be visiting various villages in the community, and this is to encourage persons who would necessarily come to town or go to the doctor. The breast screening will be coming to you, and so we're encouraging persons, when you see the bus or when you hear us announcing that the bus should be in your area, you get ready and you come on down to the bus and you get your breast screening done.
The theme for Breast Cancer Awareness Month is Give Hope, Save Lives. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Fredicia Liebert. Thank you for viewing.